But moving from the top of the table back to mid-table, we have Manchester United versus Aston Villa. Sorry, I stole your.
Oh no, you're all good. You really loved.
Yeah, I just wanted to say first note on this game, and then Carlos can have his moment in the sun, or moment in the spotlight, I should say.
There's no spotlight.
I mean, we all saw the penalty. Ole decided to give it to Bruno instead of Ronaldo. I mean, those are moments that Ronaldo's made for, right? The pressure's on, lights are on, got to step on the stage, make a penalty in the big moment. That's what Ronaldo does. That's just, quite frankly, what he does. I was shocked that he doesn't get that penalty, even though Bruno is a good penalty taker. He missed it, obviously. With that being said, I watched the highlights. Honestly, I don't think Villa were lucky to score the goal. They should have scored, but based on XG and kind of pace of play, I'm surprised that United didn't end up scoring a goal, especially with that penalty. They should have at least gotten a point out of the game. I know you're not happy with the midfield. The midfield didn't play well, but still, United kind of got unlucky not to score, and not to at least get a point out of it.
Theo, you want to go first before I say my piece?
Yeah, I agree. I think Manchester United create a lot of chances. I think a lot of those chances come from really good individual play or really good link-up play between Pogba and Bruno and Ronaldo, Bruno or Pogba with Greenwood. But also I think it's a lot of one-on-one. It's a lot of relying on Bruno or Pogba to make something happen, or relying on Ronaldo or Greenwood to make something happen. I guess goals-wise. I was thinking today watching the game, watching Greenwood play. He had a chance to square to Bruno on one of the shots that he took by himself, cut inside on his right. He had a couple chances that he could have probably passed off to someone else. And I think even though Greenwood has been really, really good and started the season really well, I would like to see Jadon Sancho start on that right wing because I think Greenwood is a goal scorer and an out-and-out goal scorer, and that comes first, goal scoring. I think for Jadon Sancho, he's a little bit more creative, and he'll prioritize kind of being more creative and passing first rather than kind of shooting. I know he hasn't started the season well, but I would like to see that a little bit more just for some more balance because I think Greenwood and Ronaldo ultimately are both goal scorers and want to be goal scorers.
You know, what I really got to say about this game, and more than anything, is it doesn't surprise me. It really doesn't surprise me. Manchester United have not started the season well. The fact that they're even top of the table or they were top of the table and they're a point behind Liverpool now is very fortunate. They've been terrible on the road. They got lucky last weekend against West Ham. If Mark Noble would have made that penalty, it would have been a 1-1 draw. This weekend, say what you want about Bruno. I thought it was the right decision to have him take the penalties. He's the captain. He's been taking the penalties. I don't care if
guys penalties, bro.
I don't care if Cristiano Ronaldo comes into the club. Bruno's been our penalty taker. He's been really reliable. He's been really good. He hasn't missed any. You know what? You're gonna miss a penalty. Obviously, he messed up. He should have made this one. He skied it. He should have at least got it on target. But you know what? I'm not gonna blame Ollie or the coaching staff for staying with the man that's made all his penalties. So I am not gonna get mad about the penalty miss. What I will get mad about is this. We don't play as the team. Mm-hmm. We play as a bunch of individuals that are better than the opposing team. That's what it is at Manchester United. And you want to know why that happens, ladies and gentlemen? Because of the fact that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the worst manager in Premier League history.
Freestyle?
He's worse than Arteta.
No.
He's worse than Arteta. He's worse than Frank de Boer. He's worse than everyone you have ever had. I don't care about the stats anymore about, here's a better winning percentage of Sir Alex Ferguson. What has that gotten us? No titles. We're out of the Carabao Cup now because of the fact that we play a shitty second string. And you know what? It wasn't even our back line that game. It wasn't even our midfield. It was the fact that our front four have been selfish because all we rely on is individual brilliance. We don't play as a collective team. Mm-hmm. We don't. And that's why in a lot of these games we're so inconsistent because of the fact that we rely on the Brunos, on the Pogbas, on the Greenwoods, on the Ronaldos to make something out of nothing instead of playing like an Arsenal. I remember watching Arsenal under Wenger, and they weren't as good as Manchester United. But what I will say is this, and the years where Arsenal were getting top four and all that kind of stuff, even in the last years of Wenger, you would see these amazing team goals from Arsenal. When do you ever see that from United?
I think on the counterattack, you see a lot of them from United, but when you're in the
You don't.
the occasional counterattack, I think you see those good team goals that people make compilations out of, and good counterattacking goals from last year and this year. But those are scarce. Those are like few and far between.
No, but the issue is
Far and
this.
few between.
The issue is this. You're playing a midfield that should be working at McDonald's. They're trash. Fred, McTominay should not be playing. In midweek, Matic and Donny literally played so well, and they should not have lost that game. The only reason why they lost is because the front four literally was shocking, terrible. Jesse Lingard was only playing for himself. And it's just a shambles, mate. Fred and McTominay should be playing for Sunderland, for Stoke City, for Morecambe, for Salford City. Mm-hmm. They should not be playing for Manchester United anymore. I'm tired of these United fans. Oh, well, Ollie doesn't have a choice. Yes, he does. He has Donny. He has Matic. You have callback James Garner. Anyone else is better than them. Anyone else. They are costing us games because our midfield doesn't look forward. They pass it back. They pass it sideways. And it sucks. It sucks. And I told you, Manchester United had the worst transfer window because they didn't bring a position of need. And that was a center defensive mid that can play center defensive mid by himself and can also keep the play going. Right. And that was the biggest position. Mm-hmm. It's a shambles. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has no tactics. He has none. He has none. He relies on individual brilliance, and that's why he gets beat by the Salford Cities, by the Morecambe Towns, by the Leyton Orient. That's why he gets beat, because he has no tactics. McKenna and Carrick and Solskjaer, what have they done to deserve these positions? What have they done? Solskjaer got relegated. Carrick literally was a player. And McKenna was a youth team coach. What have they done to end up as coaches and managers for Manchester United? Let me tell you, nothing. Mm-hmm. They've done nothing. Antonio Conte, Zinedine Zidane are waiting there with no job. But you know what? Because everyone likes Ollie. He scored in the 1999 final. He won us the treble. He gets top four. He puts on a nice smile. He puts on a good narrative. He's like, oh, Rashi, oh, Jesse, everything's okay. I'm done with it. Bring in a manager that knows how to manage, that has tactics.
You know who you lot need? You need to bring in Nuno Espirito Santo.
No. What we need to bring in is an Antonio Conte.
20 million pound transfer fee for Nuno. You guys could have him.
We need Antonio Conte. We need a Zinedine Zidane.
You could have him.
We need someone that actually knows how to hell to set up a team, mate. Losing to Aston Villa is a disgrace. They should never even be close. They should never even be close to us. And you know what the most embarrassing thing is? On Twitter, on TikTok, on everywhere. You had Aston Villa fans outside of Old Trafford doing the C celebration mocking us. And let me say this to the Aston Villa fans. Aston Villa fans, we're going to go to Villa Park and we're going to slap you guys up. We're going to slap you guys up. Y'all got lucky. We missed a penalty. We're going to slap y'all up. Okay. Thinking that y'all can disrespect us outside of Old Trafford, mate, good luck with it. Because you know what? Y'all, you know what's going to happen, mate? And I'm going to say Aston Villa right now. I'm going to say Aston Villa right now.
It's a bouncy house.
I didn't forget the fact. I didn't forget the fact that y'all were in the championship not too long ago. I didn't forget the fact that Jack Grealish was in the championship not too long ago. And without him, Aston Villa fans, y'all going to end up straight there. Y'all going to end up straight there, Aston Villa fans. Okay. Y'all going to end up straight there. Okay. Y'all going to end up straight there. And I want y'all to know this. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, get out the club, mate. I don't want you here. You don't know your tactics. You and Mikel Arteta both can't even manage a McDonald's, mate.
I think Arteta's been all right.
And you got out of the Carabao Cup. You haven't won anything. At least Mikel Arteta won an FA Cup. You haven't won anything. Get out the club, mate. And Freddie McTominay, go flip burgers, bro. Go work at your Tesco. Get out of the club, mate. Go to Salford City. I'm done with y'all. Mm-hmm. Leave. Okay. Leave the club.
Okay. So. Enough on United. Moving on to Villa.
Fuck.
I just want to I did see the Villa fans outside of United, and I also saw kind of Emmy Martinez's reaction.
Yeah,
Emmy Martinez, you're shocking,
awesome.
me.
He pointed to your crowd. He said, "This is my house," raising the crowd up. I love that.
Yeah, Emmy Martinez. Let me tell you something. Sergio Romero is 5 times a better goalkeeper than your bum asses.
Okay. again, going back to Villa,
I disagree.
it's
Ex-Arsenal reject.
It's really awesome.
Ex-Arsenal reject.
Yeah.
Get out the club, man. Yeah, go play for Aston Villa. Have fun getting relegated playing the championship against Salford City and Morecambe Town.
Carlos
Okay.
Chasen is trying to speak.
Yeah. What I was gonna say, it's really nice to see Villa back in the Premier League and doing great. Like, Birmingham, where Villa is, for those of you who don't know.
Y'all gonna be playing against Birmingham City in the championship.
Yeah, Birmingham is actually the second largest city in the UK.
Wow,
so
I didn't
it's
know
right
that.
behind London, so it's a massive city. Villa is the biggest club in that city, so it's kind of one of those sleeping giants. It has a huge fan base, especially in the UK. So that's why kind of the fans were mocking you guys, because Villa really does see themselves on the same level as United, because they are, frankly, a huge club.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah, on the same level. Yeah, have fun in the championship, man.
No, I mean, this team, I was kind of worried about them after Grealish, and they didn't look too great before the international break, but they've been really good since. So, like I said, really nice to see Villa playing well in the Premier League, being competitive. It's, as I said, it's a huge club, second largest city in the UK. But yeah, last thing I wanted to say on it, kind of before the international break, United, I think, kind of got lucky. If you look at the XG, their actual goals far exceeded their expected goals in pretty much every one of their games.
Yeah.
So, they were quote unquote lucky to kind of like win some of these games. And I think it's coming back a bit. Like this game, I mentioned it. They had 2.3 expected goals and they didn't score any. Versus Villa's 1.46 expected goals and they scored one. So United were a bit unlucky to kind of not get anything out of this game. But credit to Villa. It's great to see them competing and great to see them up in the Premier League. Grealish carried them in that first season up. He was the only reason they ended up staying up.
Yeah.
That and a bad. Remember that?
Yes.
Remember that goal that was like disallowed or what was it?
It was something with
Yeah,
another
it was,
team.
it was
Goal line
Sheffield.
technology.
It was Sheffield United.
Yeah,
That
Sheffield United.
game, that goal got disallowed and it kept Villa up.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah, y'all are shambles, man. Y'all should be in the championship. And I'm just gonna say this, and then we can move on.
Got you.
I'm officially Ollie out. I'm out. I'm done with him.
I just want to
Zinedine Zidane in.
one more thing that I saw from United. There was a couple of good chances from. I think Manchester United were unlucky to come out with at least like a point, but I think Aston Villa had some really good chances. They had the fullback to fullback, one that I think Matty Target skied at the very beginning of the game, and then the Harry Maguire pass, I think it was to.
David De Gea, yeah,
David De Gea.
shambolic. No, Aston Villa were better than us. They were better.
They were good. I just think that with those defenders and the team that you have, I think it's just the system. But I'd expect like those mistakes have to get better before Manchester United become a championship
it's because Ollie
title-winning team.
Ollie relies on the talent of players, and not because he relies on the talent of players. He doesn't rely on his tactical ability to beat a team.
Yes. I also, last thing I want to say, I saw a tweet about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It was a Manchester United fan saying that he was grateful for what Ole had brought to the club, and
But it's time to move on.
It's time to move on. I think
time.
Ole did a lot for the team.
He
And he
did.
did a lot for the team in the current state they were. I think they were sixth when they hired Ole, and then they finished up in the top four. But he did a lot for them, and I think it's time to move on.
Yeah, we got to move.